It's September, and so that means it's time to check in with ourselves with our monthly tarot reading for inner wisdom and personal growth. As always, this reading is not here to predict your future or tell you what's going to happen in your month. Instead, it's a reading to help you reconnect with your intuition, release what's holding you back so that you can step into your highest version of yourself. And oh my gosh, looking at the cards, September looks like it's a month of endings, clarity, and also learning to protect your light. Let's dive in. So for the first card, what energy are you bringing into September? We got the Death card. Oh my gosh. That is a super intense card to start the reading off, but it's a wonderful card. Of course, death, the word death can sometimes seem a little scary, but death in tarot is actually just a card of transformation. Yes, it's the end of a chapter, but it also signals the beginning of something new. Death is about leaving what is no longer useful for you behind and moving on to something new. And so for me, I feel like this card is just signaling that you're coming into September having ended something and that you're really starting this new month with a new beginning, as something fresh. And this death could be either the death of a part of you, maybe you've done some inner healing and that you're actually really moving on from maybe old thought patterns or old ways of doing, or maybe it's the end of a chapter in your life. Maybe you're going to university, or maybe you're starting a new job, or maybe actually you just decided that you want to stop your job and that you're going to let yourself just be free and see what's going to come next. That is the energy that you're coming into the month of September with. And it's actually super exciting because yes, it means the end of something, but it also means pure potential on the other side. What are you going to create? And September is the beginning of that. And for the next card, what is your soul lesson for the month? We got the Mother of Swords. And this is a no bullshit owl. Look at the way she's looking and piercing into your heart. She does not let emotions get in the way of her judgment. And she's very insightful and able to see very clearly through a lot of the haze or whatever is going on, maybe also a lot of bullshit, and not get really swayed by anything that's going on. And many people actually see the Mother of Swords or the Queen of Swords as somebody who's kind of a bitchy boss lady. But I think that's such an antiquated way of viewing women and power. And I find that this is actually the perfect lesson this month, which is to be able to own your power, but not in a masculine way. I don't know about you, but I know that in my life, as I've tried to kind of get power and be more successful in work, I sometimes have taken on maybe more masculine qualities or done things that I don't actually really feel like they're in resonance with myself. And this card is actually reminding you that you can be in your power, you can be strong, and it doesn't mean that you have to be something that you don't want to be. You do not have to be bitchy. You do not have to be bossy. To me, this card is saying that you can both be powerful, but also not forget your more feminine qualities. And this has nothing to do with gender. If you're a man looking at this video, this can still apply to you. It just means that you can be firm and very confident in your decisions. You can have boundaries, but you can do it with compassion and kindness. And to me, the lesson I feel your soul is wanting you to learn is how to embody that power and still be in your feminine. And having a balance between the two is what I think your soul is wanting to explore and learn this month. For the third card, what is your soul wanting to release this month? We got the Four of Wands. And this is always surprising to me when we get such a positive card in the position of what to release, because this card is all about hitting milestones and celebrating those. And to me, I don't think it's about releasing celebration. I actually think it's about releasing the milestone you think you have to get to in order to be able to celebrate. You know that thing when you're like, oh, well, when I'm finally here, then I'll be happier. When I'm finally here, then I'll be able to think I'm successful. This card is asking you to think about how you can maybe celebrate where you are now. I know in my case, for example, I sometimes have a lot of expectations for these videos. I only feel like I can really celebrate or feel successful at a certain moment. But actually, I need to remember how much I've come, even doing these videos and filming myself. I've started to feel so much more comfortable. And that in itself is something to celebrate. So what can you also look at right now in your life and realize, even if you haven't gotten as far as you wanted or would like to be right now, think about where you were a year ago or even just a couple months ago, and think about how much you've grown. Think about how things have changed. Sometimes when our goal is so much in the future, we forget to look in the present and see how much we already have. And so September is asking you to release your expectations of what joy and happiness is and learn to celebrate what you have now. Don't wait for that fairy tale version. And what to lean into this month, we got the Seven of Wands. And again, it's a little bit funny because this card is not negative per se, but it talks about defending, standing your ground, and basically protecting your light. And this card is represented by a candle burning, which seems to be making the others retreat from it. And this card made me think about when you go into a dark room and turn on the light and you're kind of blinded by the light at the beginning and it's not actually that nice. And it made me think about how sometimes when we start to shine our own light, sometimes the people around us might not actually like our light and might be blinded by it, maybe taken aback by it. And that can actually sometimes feel really scary and lonely as we kind of learn to shine our own light. But it's important to stand our ground, to protect our light, to protect our energy right now. Don't let other people's reaction to your shining light let you think that you have to dim it down, or even don't let them snuff out your light. You shining your light is going to light up that room, maybe inspire other people too, even the first people that were blinded and put off by it at the beginning. So keep shining your light, keep defending it. And actually it reminds me of that wonderful metaphor. If I have a candle and I light your candle, you get light, but you don't take any of my light away. It's really that idea of being able to share exponentially with everybody winning, nobody losing. So keep shining your fire, even if right now it might feel a bit lonely or feel as if you have to defend it right now. That is only temporary. And for the last card of this reading, what is the message from your guides or your highest self? We got the 10 of Pentacles, and this is such a beautiful card to end this reading with. Because this card is all about legacy, what endures, and what we're going to leave behind. Yes, Pentacles are often considered to be linked with careers and finances, but it's more than that. They have to do with anything that is worth investing in, things that take time to grow. Yes, that can be your finances and your careers, but that can also be your relationship, your creative work, your community. And to me, this card is the long-term game card. What you invest in is going to multiply tenfold. I love this card and how it's depicted because it's almost like it's an infinite well of pentacles, and it's so colorful and bright. And to me, it's really linked to the Seven of Wands, because if you keep showing up, keep defending yourself and your light and your energy, you're actually going to be able to build this infinite color of rainbows. It's going to be able to keep sharing, not just with yourself, but with others, just like in this card, where your light is actually going to be able to brighten the room and help enlighten others as well. And I feel like it's really linked also with the Four of Wands. Just visually, they have that kind of like infinity, like you're diving into something that has no end. And this one is the long-term success. It's promising you that yes, you can get there. There's no problem. You can have an infinite amount of success, joy, happiness, color, rainbows. But in the meantime, release your need to only be able to celebrate when you get here. Remember that you need to celebrate where you are now and enjoy the process right now. Even if right now you're feeling you're more this lonely candle burning in the dark room, where people might actually even be kind of like going away from you. Remember, this is temporary. Your guides are reminding you that this is where you're heading. So remember that and keep trusting. Keep burning your fire. Keep burning it bright. It will eventually light up that room and inspire others. So on that, I'm wishing you a wonderful month of September. I'm sending you lots of love and lots of laughter, and I'll see you next month.